Thank you for joining me here today. What brings us together is an exploration of memory. What is it? Why is it that sometimes we lose things until you're walking by a restaurant and you smell that smell that takes you back a million years? I'd like to share some stories today with you about my childhood, a little peek into the artist's heart. When I was 6 or 7, I found our pet parakeet dead in his cage. He had been left hungry and thirsty by two young parents of two young children. It was an accident. But every once in a while I'll think of Phil. Another horror from my childhood. When I was 8 or 9, my mom took me to a puppy store, the one that they don't have anymore, up on 104th and Federal-ish, 104th and Huron, right by the Red Lobster. And I remember holding a little dachshund puppy or some sort of tiny puppy, and while we were there, the puppy fell out of my hands and onto the ground. And that was maybe one of the most salient and difficult memories of my life was being in that puppy store and dropping a puppy. So I made a painting of me dropping a puppy. And this is sort of what the memory looks like. It's very red and yellow, and the woman was very angry at me. And I think the puppy was fine. I couldn't have been very far from the ground. I just still feel guilty about that. Granted, that dog has probably lived an entire life by now, and I shouldn't. So here we go. Let's shred another memory. I'm pretty excited about this one. Alright, let's see if it works. I would like to forget you. For the final parents' basement confessional, which is what this is. I'm at my parents' basement so that I might borrow my dad's shredder. It's a very important part. Just gonna have to delete all of that. Whatever. Okay. I went to college in Galesburg, Illinois for the first time. And it's a small town 3 hours outside of Chicago. And Purrington pavers are the bricks that line the community. It's an old company of these red clay bricks. They're very iconic of that area and that time period. Anyway, one night I was walking back from the bars. I was 21 at the time, but I was walking back from the bars with a friend of mine, and out in Illinois, the drinking laws are pretty different. They're just lax. It's a different place. It's much more farming community. They're trying to keep kids from getting drunk at the bars, but anyway, I was walking home with a plastic cup full of beer, old style beer. It's what they drink in Chicago. It's as cheap as water. When I go back to visit my campus, it's $1 for a mug of old style, like a frozen mug of old style. It's delicious. It's beautiful. It's terrible. It's living out in the country in Illinois in the summer. It's hotter than You can imagine. I was approached by two men in an unmarked car, and they said, "What's in that cup?" And I said, "Nothing," and I threw it on the ground. And they approached us, and they said, "We're with the Illinois State Police Department, and are you drinking underage, and it's illegal to have an open container?" And I turned around and said, "I thought you were about to pull us in that car and rape us. Like, why were you hiding in the dark, you creepy motherfuckers?" And screamed at them until they left us alone. Now, was that the right thing to do? Probably not. Would I do it again? Yeah. So anyway, this is my painting of that night, of my crumpled plastic cup on the ground and my Purrington papers. And it is with great happiness and elation that I will now